Welcome to the Bubble Lux Hotel here in Wadi Rum. We're going to be spending the next 48 hours living in these inflatable dome tents, sleeping, looking up at the beautiful stars, going stargazing, camel riding, going out on 4x4s, exploring the settings which were for the films of the likes of The Martian, Lawrence of Arabia, Star Wars. Who knows what else we're going to see. Before we go stargazing, there's one more thing we got to do. We got to let the sun go down. Use a lot better like and comment on this video because I ran all the way down that bastard hill. Dropped my GoPro, so I had to go all the way back. Oh, things you do to make videos. Good morning from Wadi Rum desert with hot air balloons rising up. What a night that was last night stargazing. It was absolutely beautiful. We walked out into the desert not far and there was like this large area which was like circled off. You go inside of it and you like lay down on these little mattresses just looking up at the Milky Way. You could see planets, the stars. It was just incredible. It was so beautiful. And then he said he was going to show us Saturn. We just guessed it would be like, oh, Saturn's over there. But there's a telescope there about the size of a washing machine and you could see Saturn with its rings. You could see the moons around Saturn. You try and take pictures, but it was so difficult. But I managed to get one. It was just marvellous. And then we laid in bed just looking up at all the stars. I've made a time lapse of the stars as they were turning through the night. Unfortunately, because someone had their sitting room light on, it was ruining the view, so I had to put it in a different place. But tonight I'm actually going to go walking out into the desert and leave my GoPro there and do it all again. This morning I'm going out camel riding and then we're taking a 4-hour jeep tour around into the desert. This place is absolutely magical. What a beautiful way to start the morning. Out camel riding here in Wadi Rum, out in the desert. It's not very hot just yet. It's nice. It's very calming and relaxing. You can hear the camels don't make hardly any sound when they walk. Did you know that camels, when they're born, they don't have any humps? And the old myth that they carry water in their humps, well, that is just a myth because they actually carry the water in their blood system. I've never really got close enough to a camel's face to see because I think I'll always get spat at or bitten. But camels have 3 sets of eyelids and 2 sets of eyelashes, and that's to keep all of the sand out of their eyes. All of this used to be underwater once upon a time. It's incredible to believe. And these mountains that you see around us have all been formed from as the water moved around, and the wind and the sand eroded them. And if you were to climb to the top and you were lucky enough to actually find them, you can still find corals from the seabed, which are now at the top of the mountain. You'll find fossils of creatures which are millions of years old, because again, this is all underwater once, and now it's just a dry, peaceful, beautiful desert. Ask me why. It looked like a crab, and I have a really high-powered torch. And this man was like, no, stay away from that. And it was a spider, and he said that it was one of these spiders. So then we saw a desert hedge, and then we got it's sleeping. Now, picture this. Remember in the 80s when you had that young girl with her top off running through a wood as some psychos chasing after her, like flailing like that, and she just falls over in a mess? Well, that was me last night, because I saw this spider on the inside of our dome, and it was about 7 foot wide. It had teeth like a horse. It had hairs all over it like my dad's back. I was absolutely petrified. And then my other half was like Bear Grylls, just literally was like, meh, it's just a spider. I'm flailing around on the floor crying. My other half catching the spider and just threw it out the door. I got a picture of it, and it's a something huntsman spider. Won't kill you, but it said the bite can last a good few days. Here's the picture. Love you, bye. From the calm, peaceful, tranquil, quiet desert to the madness of driving in the Wadi Rum desert 4x4 with no suspension. In the desert, it's just us. My goodness. I think I probably put my shoulder out and my hip. We're bouncing around like bloody lemmings. Does this look familiar to anybody? This was the main set where Matt Damon planted mushrooms in his own poop. This is the set of the film Martian. It was all filmed in these areas. There's part of the set still behind us. Don't know what it's for though. It's so peaceful and quiet here. Love you, bye. Not that I've seen much wildlife, but here we have little lizard prints along with, this is desert cat, a wild cat, what's been roaming around looking for food not long ago because the tracks are fresh. The tracks actually disappear really quickly because the wind blows them away. So it could be still somewhere around here. Thousands and thousands of years people have walked this land and wrote inscriptions and told their stories in the rock name, and just stunningly beautiful, like ancient artwork from thousands of years ago. But what interests me the most is, or what I'd like to know the most is, who's Lydia, Lewis and Fahid? Wowzers! No little beasties, please. No little beasties. Looking for fossils. I just love the earth. I love how it was created, how time has evolved and changed so many things, like these, like look, like little old peepholes, and like the weather caused all of these. And where I'm standing now, as we were explained to last night, that this was at the bottom of the ocean as well, and all of these stones here, some of the fossils up here from the Pangea era, when all of the continents of Earth were one piece, and as the Earth started to cool down, it made these like orangey amber looking little crystals and rocks and things like that, and we're finding them. So it's beautiful things. I found coral, I found all sorts, and like I was saying about these ancient old crystals, I found this. This is meant to be like billions of years old. You can't see it in the light. I wish you could. I wish you could. And it was found right on top. See, even my little eyes are looking everywhere for things. And it's baking hot now. All of these little beautiful rocks and things were found on what they call the Big Bridge. I'm going to put a picture up now of exactly where I am. It is just like a dragon's back, with like the two different types of rock. One's worn away faster than the other. Wowzers! I love wildlife. I've been hoping to see some. We're tootling along, and I said, look over there. There's a wolf. Here is said wolf. So there was once something called the Silk Road, which ran all the way from Asia, all the way across Africa, through the Middle East, and roughly 2,000 years ago, these inscriptions were carved. If we start from the left to the right, because it's been showing me, at the top we have camel, 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 giraffe, horse, horse, man, camel facing the other direction. I don't know what the two-legged creature is. Somewhere I noticed, and he explained to me, here, camel, man on a horse, camel. I don't know what the one is above, but these are over 2,000 years old. The world is just incredible. We're still travelling through the desert. We've stopped off at a local tent where a nomad lives. He sells local arts and crafts, and he tells me this is wild mint. We've just been drinking it in tea, and he says that I can eat this. So we'll try. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's a bit sharp, but that's so strong. Oh my gosh. I still have it in my mouth. Wow, that's really strong.